Before we start, I would like to thank eBay seller Factory OEM Parts LLC for selling me this quarter panel. They are not a sponsor of this channel, but we are just very grateful that they still have OEM parts for the Hummer and other vehicles as well. They still have a lot of stock of OEM factory parts, so check them out on eBay if you need some parts for your vehicle. I will be flashing on the screen some stuff they sell on eBay, and I will leave a link on their account on the description section below. Hello and welcome to How to Helen, where you learn something different every day. In this episode, we will be replacing the driver's side rear quarter panel on this 2006 Hummer H3. Now, because I am clumsy by nature and I don't want to damage around the area of where we're working on, I'm going to put some painter's tape around the edges just so to protect the vehicle. Now, as you saw while I was taping the bottom area, some pieces of the glass started to fall off. Now, to prevent that from getting all over the place, I'm going to attach a plastic bag at the bottom to catch the falling glass pieces. To get the trash bag slightly open, I'm going to tape some folded cardboard to angle it to be a little bit open. Next, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm hoping it would, but I'm going to use a dental floss to separate the glass from the adhesive. So just put it in between the glass and the exterior of the vehicle and just slowly rock it back and forth. It didn't work. Nope, it's breaking. Since the dental floss keeps breaking, I'm gonna use a nylon trim line of a weed eater. Hopefully this one does the trick. Uh-oh. Okay, I don't know if you can see it well on camera, but when I was trying to remove it from this side, suddenly the bottom part collapsed. So I guess I'm just gonna push it from the inside, and I feel like that's much safer. Pushing the glass from the inside. Make sure you wear some gloves to prevent from injury, because as early as now, I can feel some glass shattered pieces on my skin that's causing me to get some cuts. So be careful on this part. So we're gonna start slowly pushing it out. So while I was pushing the glass out, I saw some glass particles flying around, and I didn't want this to get into my eye, so I'm gonna step up my safety and wear some face shield or face mask, face shield, to protect myself. So you should too. Okay, so additionally, I wore a face mask because I see the glass particles and I don't want to inhale them, and that could be dangerous. So face shield, face mask, and protect yourself. Gloves. All right, let's continue with this project. So I'm going to be using some plastic panel removal tools and scrapers to hopefully help me remove all the remaining glass, broken glass in the quarter panel. Actually, let me see if this scraper is going to help me separate the glass from the body. Just need to dig into the adhesive a little more. Guess not. Okay, my plan now is just to completely shatter the glass around the area so that at least we can take it off the rubber adhesive. Then from there we can take off the adhesive. But I think this is the better way to just completely shatter the glass to take it off. So let's try that right now. So slight deviation from the plan. We're just gonna shatter the glass around the adhesive until all it's remaining is just the glass on the adhesive. That way we can cut through the adhesive to take it off. But right now, because the glass is still thick, it's hard to get the blade of a box cutter around the adhesive. So we'll just make it so it's thinner. Okay, another plan of action, we're just gonna chisel it out carefully so you don't damage the paint. So it turns out, for my terrible technique, that it was easier for me to chisel out the remaining glass out of the adhesive. That way we have access to the adhesive, and now we're gonna use a blade of a box cutter to cut out the adhesive on the panel, or on the exterior. So I'm gonna bend the blade of a box cutter just a little bit, and I'm gonna use this to get out the adhesive as much as I can. All right, let's see what happens. I'm doing this slowly so that I don't scratch the paint on the vehicle. Just be very patient on it. So they said this was easy, and I'm gonna tell you right now it is not. So my apologies, I ran out of battery, so there's a skip on the video. So I'm gonna continue taking out the adhesive on the outer part of the vehicle, and hopefully we can do it by the end of the day. By the end of today. Okay, I think that's good enough. So next thing we're gonna do is clean the surface area so that the adhesive would stick completely on the panel. Alright, so I'm gonna spray around with alcohol, then wipe it off with paper towel. Alright, it's gluing time. So I'm using this 3M Auto Glass urethane windshield adhesive, which is highly recommended by people doing this project. So I guess first thing you need to do is pop off the bottom. Well, that's not. Then push in the center. Right. One more. And put in the cap. Let's wipe off that adhesive that came in. Now, on YouTube, they said to cut a slit, like a V shape or an inverted triangle. And that would help make a full wall for it to cover the whole space that we need glue on. Now put your adhesive on the caulking gun. And we're ready to rumble. I'm gonna start at the bottom, going around, so that in case I have a gap, it's in the bottom and not on the top. Alright, so I kind of messed up because for some reason I can't press the trigger anymore. Maybe I'm tired or maybe something's wrong with the caulking gun, but we put a bridge around the hole. So next we have to put in the glass, of course. I forgot to mention that there's two placeholders for the glass, which isn't really glued, it's just floating in place. So this would guide you to center the glass without any issues. So it's not crooked or anything. So don't forget to put that back in. And like I said, it's not glued or anything, it's just there. But once the glass is in place, it's gonna be squeezed in there. So it's not gonna move around. So you really don't have to glue it in. Alright, finally the quarter panel. I am using a suction cup of a phone holder to help me hold the quarter panel so that I have better leverage when I'm putting it in place. So put it on the placeholder gently. Then line it in place. Lightly press around the adhesive area to distribute the glue. Then put on some painter's tape to hold it in place. Curing time for the adhesive is between 8 to 12 hours, so let it sit overnight for it to completely heal.
3 days later.
And that is how to replace the rear driver's side quarter panel on this 2006 Hummer H3. For me, it was a good learning experience, but to be honest, this was too messy, wasted a lot of my time, and it was not worth the effort. If you're just trying to save money, buy the parts online from the eBay seller that I mentioned earlier, and then bring it to your local window shop. So this has been another episode of How to Helen. My name's Arjef, and thank you for watching.